Hey, 1 out of 3 isn't bad so far. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that 2 out of 3 would be great. I love the Fantastic Four. Hey there guys, alright, welcome back to another awesome video, and today's movie review is going to be of Thunderbolts. So Thunderbolts has Yelena, John Walker aka US Agent, the Red Guardian, Winter Soldier, Ghost, and Taskmaster, sort of, teaming up and forced to team up as they are put against a force that is greater and more powerful than them. So this movie is directed by Jake Schreiber, I want to say, something along those lines. And this is going to be my non-spoiler review. I will have a spoiler review probably sometime either the beginning of June or the middle of June. Either way, sometime in June, assuming that this is going to be up in May and probably the remaining of May. I finally got the opportunity to go watch it and see this film after so many people have been really on the high horse about it. You know, I've kind of shared my feelings about this movie beforehand and the team itself. Originally, I was not on board with it. I didn't understand why we have these expendable players. Now, don't get me wrong. I like these characters, I really do, because I've seen Falcon and Winter Soldier. I saw Black Widow. I saw Hawkeye. I saw all these movies and all these shows that these characters kind of come from. It's just the idea of having this specific team as the Thunderbolts, to me, felt very like, as everyone has been calling it, the B-tier, B-list Suicide Squad, Kmart version, Target version of the Suicide Squad, where they're just expendable and all these other things, and they're just kind of super soldiers and assassins and shields, and it just feels generic. After seeing this movie, I'm very impressed with this because I did not think this was going to be as good as it thought. Like, I heard a lot of people talk about how good it is, but seeing to believing is another story, because seeing this team really makes sense because it is these lowlifes, it is these shitty people, and it is these flawed heroes or anti-heroes, because at the front of it and the forefront of it is Yelena, played by Florence Pugh, and she is so incredible in this performance, and she really shines in this starring role alongside David Harbour and both Sebastian Stan and Wyatt Russell as both Bucky and US Agent. I feel like those are my personal favorites out of the team, and I think a scene stealer for me, without going into spoilers, is Lewis Pullman as Bob, and you really see the potential he has as this character, and he develops over the course of time and over the course of this movie. Also, can we just have a moment to just acknowledge the fact that Lewis Pullman and Wyatt Russell are in the same movie? Two sons from two iconic 80s actors, of course being Kurt Russell and Bill Pullman, and the fact that they have such like tension between each other and they kind of have like this love-hate thing going on for each other, I think is so perfect. And it makes me, I hope that that chemistry kind of like keeps rubbing off of each other throughout the course of the future of this team. I think the biggest thing that I was really taken away by and impressed by with this movie is how, and I know a lot of people are saying this, somewhat of a breath of fresh air, but not like in the sense of every other MCU movie I've mentioned. This is different because not only is it darker and more somewhat mature, but it handles a lot of like things about vulnerability and anxiety and a lot of like depressed emotions and bottled up emotions, and these heroes, these anti-heroes, are not the best out there, but they are basically forced into this role because they don't want to at first join this team. They didn't volunteer to join this team. They kind of forced themselves into working together, and it kind of shows what people do in stakes of survival of the fittest. Like I said, I think the breakout performances for me are Florence Pugh because she is the star of this, and you have Wyatt Russell as John Walker. I feel like they really gave him a little bit of like an edge, and they really gave him a little bit more of like, he's an asshole, and I feel like we saw that a little bit in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but that's kind of like cranked up a little bit. But there's a little bit of that, again, that turmoil. And a lot of these heroes are going through turmoil, and it kind of really stamps on the fact that they're in a shitty world, and that, hey, we live in a shitty world, but let's make it a better place, even when we have the world's worst heroes. I was just really surprised by this, and it definitely, I think, hits home for a lot of things where, yes, people fuck up, to kind of put it bluntly. And I think that is a little profound. I don't think this is the best movie that has happened post Endgame, but I think it's one of the best up there. I think it's still hard to beat with Deadpool and Wolverine and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Spider-Man No Way Home. Maybe one day I'll have to figure out like how I rank the MCU movies after Endgame, from like the Multiverse Saga Phase 4 through Phase 6 so far. We'll see what happens. But hey, 1 out of 3 isn't bad so far. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that 2 out of 3 would be great, a la the Fantastic Four. But I don't really have anything else to say, but I am going to give Thunderbolts, I am going to give it a solid A. So the Thunderbolts, have you guys seen it? What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell to new videos every day of the week. Share the video with family and friends. All the good stuff for more. Leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it. I'll look at it as best as possible. Probably before this, it'll be either before this or after this. There should be my review for Andor Season 2 and another thing to look forward to. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.